Welcome back to Horns High Studios. I'm here with Shane from the wintry mix of craziness up there in Canada. And we're here at Murder Metal Mayhem doing a brand new episode of 666 Seconds of Murder. That means each one of these is less than 666 seconds or 11 minutes and 6 seconds. And Shane, how you doing up there?
Doing pretty good, man. Looking forward to this. Loving this album. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it really is good stuff. Definitely want to talk about this tonight. And we are talking about Blood Red Throne. Definitely killing it with that brand new album, Nonagon.
Nonagon. I just love saying that too. It's such a fun word.
It is a cool word and a cool band. So yeah, I really dig these guys. So we're going to talk about it tonight. So we're going to Norway with this band, brutal Norwegian death metal for sure. They've been one of the top European death metal bands, since they started in 1998. So they've been pretty dominating. Not as big in the States. I'm not sure up in Canada, Shane, if they've got a big following there. I know they're really popular in Europe. So.
Mm-hmm. I was never a big fan of them, but I've heard it on and off, but I wasn't a big fan. But this album has just sold me, man. It's great. It's got the brutality of Cannibal Corpse, but just a heavy fat groove to it. So
yeah, it's killer, man. It's their 10th album, Nonagon, and just came out earlier this year. Been a fan of theirs for a while, but I think this is the strongest one yet. They had a lineup change, though. The current lineup, Freddie Bolso on drums, Stian Gundersen on bass, Dodd on guitars. He's the only original member, I believe. Ivan Gurgic on guitars, and Sindre Johnson on vocals. And that dude is a badass on this album. He is new and he is wicked. He mixes death metal, deep growls with some black metal stuff in there. And he's impressive the way he lays it down on this one. There's 9 songs on the album. Amazing artwork. The musicianship is, like all their stuff, stunning. I mean, they're tremendous musicians, every single one of them.
They do like 9. They like 9. They like the number 9 quite a bit. I see Nonagon. That's a 9-sided pentagon or polygon and 9 songs and
yeah. I thought that was cool too. Maybe they're into the numerology because I know 9 is big.
They actually loosely based the album off the 9 rings of hell from Dante's Inferno. So 9 is a big theme.
Nice, and they're on Soul Cellar Records out of the Netherlands. I love the entire thing. Split Tongue Sermon was probably my favorite, and Epitaph Inscribed. That's the first track. Absolutely just brutal. So fucking heavy, unbelievably heavy. So
it's definitely a car album. You get in the car and you crank this one up and it just sounds incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Now, Blood Red Throne's bassist, Stian Gundersen, is absolutely amazing. I mean, he does some cool tapping stuff that I had never seen anybody in that genre of music play that way before. Unfucking believable. Very, very talented. Plays Warwick basses, which are really nice. Has a really great tone. And I know, Shane, we've talked about this a lot with the death metal stuff. He really brings it, and you can hear him in the mix. That's why they sound so fat. The guitars with that coupled is like a wall of heaviness. And I recently did an interview, was last year, with Stian. Very nice guy, really, really cool. We nerded out with some bass shit, but he was great. And he had to step down from live performances last year because he went through some cancer treatment. But when I talked to him right after this album came out last month, he said he's doing really well. He's recovering.
Well, that's good. That's
good. He's ready to come back. He's getting healthy. So awesome to hear. But I wanted to play a little part of this for you guys. The entire interview is on the channel. You can check out the full interview. I'll link to it in the description below. But check out this interview I did with Stian. Now, your first album with the band was Imperial Congregation in 2021. What was that experience like when you were recording? I know you said with this one you guys are recording at home. Was that the same way you guys did Imperial Congregation?
Yeah. Freddie did his drum tracks at his home studio, and all the guitars were recorded at Daniel's home studio, as well as the vocals. That was a really fun experience, and I was very nervous for it being my first full album. I did play on the bonus track to Fit to Kill, the album before Imperial Congregation.
Yeah,
that's
I love
me
that
playing
one too.
But for first full length album, I was pretty nervous, because there's definitely some big shoes to fill in Blood Red Throne. You have Erling Kaspersen and Ole Madsen, which are great bass players, both of them. So I was like, I really wanted to do my best. So I was like, before heading into the studio recording at Daniel, I was like, I had all my bass parts mapped out. Nothing was like brainstormed or anything. Maybe some parts Daniel had an opinion, like, oh, you tried to that, and you worked with it. But most of it was like planned out and really thought through on my end.
Sure.
Because I wanted to deliver, and I'm really happy and proud with the result. And from what I've heard on the feedback from interviews and stuff like that, people seem to enjoy it. So
yeah,
yeah.
I love your bass tone on that album. And how did you end up getting into the band? Did you know the guys? Is that how you wound up becoming the bassist?
I knew Ivan Mituk because I was I'm in his other band, Son of Shotgun, and he gave me like the inside info that the previous bass player was quitting. So I was like straight ahead. I taped the cover, a playthrough of The Light to Hate, and sent to Daniel. I did not know Daniel at the time, and I was like so excited because I've been a fan of Blood Red Throne many years prior to joining them, growing up and stuff. So I really felt like, okay, this is my chance. This is what I want to do. So I just sent the cover to him, and I like sent him a text. And I was like 18 at the time, so pretty young. And
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a fan. I really want to join your band. Here's a video of me playing The Light to Hate. Please check it out. And I was like, tricked me, like waiting for him to reply to the email, right? And what I got back was like, you're playing all the riffs wrong. And besides, you're the same age as my daughter. There's no way. I was like so bummed out. I was like,
oh man. Wow.
But somehow I put that on the shelf, and I was really bummed out and stuff. But this one day, Daniel sends me a text message. Come to my place. Bring your bass. He's like really like, mysterious guy. Not in person, but on the phone, he's like mysterious. Or at least I thought it was back then. So I was okay. Shall I come to your house with my bass? Yeah. and I brought my bass, and we just started jamming and learning some of the Murder Metal Mayhem, how to play them properly. And the next thing, he didn't say anything. So I was like just left wondering. I was like, hey, what was this about? Like, we jammed out. Did I do good? I don't know. And a few weeks later, after that, I didn't hear anything from him. But all of a sudden, I was out drinking with some.
So there you have it. Just a little piece of that interview. It was a lot of fun. Real laid back guy, Shane, just a great musician and very humble, very, very cool. I just couldn't get over what a nice guy he was. So.
Yeah, and it's a great band, great album. It's technical and brutal, but just a heavy groove behind it too. So you're getting everything.
Yeah, and that album cover is just absolutely wicked too. Especially, I didn't realize that with the Nine Circles of Hell with that album, because that even makes it that much more badass.
It's got the swirl of the circle, and
that's right. So, and Dante, his last name very similar to Altieri, very similar. So, all right, well, we'll see you guys next time for another episode of 666 Seconds of Metal.
Horns fucking high, guys.